Better than never, yeah. Okay, so I think we can start already now. All right, let's start straight into it. Okay. Okay, so welcome everyone. Good to see all of you here again. Very nice. Quite heavy traffic just now, really late. So never mind. Okay, so we'll get straight into it. 2 weeks ago, we learned about something called the body, right? Brother Adriel gave us a wonderful sermon, wonderful lesson about the body, how it's a vessel holding the Holy Spirit, holding our soul, and how we should take care of it. And today, it's sort of a continuation. Instead of a singular body, we look at bodies. When they come together, in this human era, we call it as, it's something we know as family. We're talking about family, the importance of family. Because as much as family might look as a worldly thing, it's mentioned a lot in the Bible about how you should be in a family, how you should take care of a family. And we can conclude that a family in the life of a Christian is actually something which is very important. Very, very important. Okay? So we start off with a verse which I've given a lesson before on wisdom. And I've bring this verse up before. So we'll start with that verse. Proverbs 24:3. True wisdom is a house built, and by understanding, it is established. Now, when they say a house, does it mean a house of bricks? Does it mean the wisdom, like good engineering makes a good house? No. What's a house? What is a home? What's the difference between the house you live in and a garage, a car garage, or a shed? They're both bricks, right? They both can cover you from the rain. So what's the difference? The difference is the people living in it. A home is not the house itself. It's not a brick. It's the family, the people who live in it. That's what makes a home a home. You understand? So when it says here, through wisdom, a home is built. A good home is established on what? Understanding and wisdom. That's the main priority we have to give. And you have to understand that every home is built by God. Every family is provided by God. You see in this verse, Psalms 68 verse 6. God provides a house, God provides homes for those who are lonely. He frees people from prison and makes them happy, but those who turn against him will live in the desert. Now, people who live by God will not be deserted. He will what? Get you a family. He provides. A family is a bond, which is what? Created by God. He solders them together. For example, Adam and Eve. When he made Adam, right? There was animals. He made the animals, and then he made Adam. And when he made Adam, he saw that no other creature was a suitable companion for Adam. Okay, no other thing. So what he did, he took a rib out of Adam and made Eve a suitable companion. A bond which was what? Created by God. And just like Adam and Eve, families are bonds created by God. You can see this in this verse, Genesis 2:24. That is why a man leaves his father and mother and is joined to his wife. In this way, people become one. The two people become one. They are bonded together. God does what? He solders them together. Understand? So that's why even in the Bible it's stated it's a sin to even be divorced. Why? Our what? Because we as humans should never what? Meddle. We should never mess with a bond made by who? God himself. A bond placed by God. Okay? You should not mess with it. And in terms, you should not what? Break up a family. It's a sin if you get a divorce, or if you break other people's relationships. Some people are jealous. They look at them, or look at those two, look at that family. They are very happy. I'm going to break them up. That's a sin. Why? Because that bond was made by God. That bond was a strong bond, developed, created. That family was created by God. And if you break that, you're breaking his will. God's thinking is different from ours. His intentions are very different from ours. I am screen sharing. Cannot. Can. Okay, never mind. So where was I? Bonds. Families were bonds created. Okay. Families are bonds created by God. You can even see that. Where was I? Wait. You can even see. Okay, fine. Okay, we have Adam and Eve story. Where was I? Sorry. This. Okay. So now, yes, recording. Okay, like I said. Okay, yeah. Okay, back on track. Breaking a family apart is a sin. Okay, you have to understand that God does what? He creates a family. Okay, and he solders them together. That is why they two become one. Okay, some people are jealous. They try to break a family. It's something you should not do. Understand? Okay, so you have to understand that a family needs God in it. It has wisdom and needs wisdom. Okay, so anyways, next verse. Next verse, you can see, if it is not the Lord who builds a house, the builders are wasting their time. If it is not the Lord who watches over the city, the guards are wasting their time. Psalms 127:1. What does this mean? If God did not build the house, that builders are wasting their time. If God does not permit them to build a house, the house will never be built. Everything in this world is what? Made by God. It's permitted by God. So is your family. You might have found your wife. You might have found her, in school or wherever you went. But that opportunity was provided by God. He helped you find a suitable companion. Understand? God's thinking is very different from ours. Like I said, God's intentions, what is a purpose of the family in the eyes of God? It's for us to train our kids so that they could what? Preach the word. So that they could share his message, so that more people could join him where? In heaven. Be by his side. That's the purpose of a family. A purpose of a Christian family. Understand? So that's the purpose of a family. That's what a family is. A bond. It's created by God. God. It's a bond created by God. So now, if we look at the members now, we've looked at what the family is. Now we look at the family members. What are they supposed to do? What are their roles in the family? Now, let's talk about the leader of the family. So, as the leader of a family, what are they supposed to do? What is the leader of the family supposed to possess? The man of the house, the husband, the dad. What are they supposed to possess? They're supposed to what? Provide for the family, make income, bring in money to the family, take care, not take care, protect their family, right? These are the requirements we need nowadays, right? As a good husband, as a good dad, to provide for their family. But I would say those are secondary. Those are secondary. In Christianity, those are secondary. I'm not saying they're not important. They are, but they are secondary. What's the priority there? What is the number one thing which is required for a leader, for the man of the house to possess even before providing for their family? If you look at this verse, Hebrews 11:7, Noah was warned by God about things he could not yet see. Noah, who built the ark, he was warned about the flood by God. Okay, God warned him about the flood, about things he could not yet see, things he could not yet imagine that was about to happen. Yet what happened? But he had what? He had faith and respect for God. So he built a large boat and he saved his family. How did he save his family? He had faith. And through faith, what did he do? He saved his family. Noah, a leader of the family, the man of the house, first possessed faith. And only with that faith did he save his family, not both spiritually and worldly, both worldly and spiritual. He saved them. It is important for the leader, the example, to have faith, have wisdom. Why? Because they would look up to you. Family members would look up to you when there's a problem in the house. Who do they go to? They ask opinions from who? The leader of the house, to lead them in the right path. And if the leader himself does not have faith, then he's not going to lead them in the right path. A leader should lead, just like the name says, he should lead them on the path of God. Lead the family on the path of God. That is what is proper. That is what saves them. Providing them money and everything. Yes, you might have a good life in this worldly world, in this temporary world. You might be happy. But spiritually, you won't be saved. You will not save your family. Understand? You have to set good role models. A faithful father, you can't see him be smoking or drinking. That sets a wrong example for his kids. So in order to lead his family to safety, to be a proper leader of the house, he needs to possess the faith in order to lead it. Okay? So that's important. Leaders of the family need faith. Okay? Now, if we talk about the woman of the house, the wife, the mother, what is the woman of the house supposed to do? If you look at this verse, Proverbs 31:26 and 27. She speaks with wisdom and teaches others to be loving and kind. She oversees the care of her house. She is never what? Lazy. How should the woman be in a relationship? She should be the overseer of the family. She what? Brings the family together. She takes care of the family. Nowadays, this time and age, if you ask, let's say you ask someone who's a mother or who's a wife, you ask them, how's your children? How's your husband? How's your family been? Are they all good, doing well? What's your children's future plan or anything like that? If you ask them like that, they'll be blank. They won't know anything. They won't have a clue. They would give you a short answer. Oh, yeah, all good, all feeling well, all God bless. That's what they'll say. But then if you ask them anything about, let's say, a TV show or a TV series, or you know what happened on this episode, they'll give you such a detailed explanation. You don't even have to watch the episode. You don't even have to watch the episode anymore. You can skip the episode. They'll give you every little detail there. Where's the priority? Where's the priority of that woman who has kids, who has a family, who has a husband? Where's her priority? It should be where? In teaching her family what? To love, to be loving, to be caring. Another thing that happens nowadays is they love going shopping as well, right? There are some women, who are rich. The rich women. So what they do, they leave their kids. They say, oh, my kids can take care of themselves. And then they go out with their friends. They spend time with their friends and everything. And what happens? You mislead. What happens? You don't provide enough love for your children. They don't provide love for their children, enough love. And then how can they expect as Christians for their children to be loving? To be what? To show compassion and be kind to others. Why? Because she did not fulfill her role. She did not fulfill her role as the overseer of the house. Okay? And it even says here in Proverbs 14:1, a wise woman makes her home what it should be, but the home of a foolish woman is destroyed by her own actions. A wise woman makes what? A home what it should be. The woman, the mother, the wife makes the home what it should be. She makes the home a home. But if she's foolish, she does not take care of her family, she does not care about her family, she goes out instead. Instead of taking care of her family, what happens? Her home is destroyed by her own foolish actions. So the woman's role in a relationship is also very important. It is what? To keep the family together. It's a woman that makes what? A home a home. They are the overseers of the home. And how should they be treated? How should you treat them? A rising case nowadays is also between husbands and wives. Husband, they think what? They since they are the man of the house, since they are the leader of the house, they tend to what? Show authority. They think that showing masculinity, their masculinity is what shows authority. Okay, that they think that's what makes them the leader of the house. So we have cases nowadays, husbands beating their wife, disrespecting their wives. Is that how you should treat a woman? No. In the same way, 1 Peter 3:7, in the same way, your husband should live with your wives. Husbands should live with your wives in an understanding way. Since they are weaker than you, biologically, women are weaker. And so what should we do? We should not take advantage. You should show them respect because God gives them the same blessing He gives you. Yes, they may be weaker biologically, but spiritually, they are the same. We all have a soul. God looks at us equal. Understand? So masculinity or the leadership is not shown by how much authority you have. It's shown when you act wise. Okay? When you are dependable. There's an issue in the family. You can depend on that person to solve it. Okay? So women, doesn't matter. It doesn't just mean your wife. Any woman in the relationship, your grandmother, your daughter, your aunt, whoever it may be, respect them in a family. And what will happen? Do this so that nothing will stop your prayers from being heard. Your prayers will be heard. Do this and your prayers will be heard. Respect your family members. Respect the woman in them. And next, this is a very interesting one. But they should make themselves attractive. Nowadays, a lot of people complain, oh, my wife takes forever to get ready. To go to shopping mall, it'll take 2 hours to get ready. If it's an occasion, for example, a wedding or such, it'll take 6-7 hours for them to get ready. They'll wear their makeup, their eyeliner, their lipstick. It's so intricate. It's so detailed. It's so intricate nowadays. You have kids, kids 5, 6, 7 years old who don't want to leave the house without makeup. If there's no makeup, if the makeup's finished, they'll force their parents to go buy more, or else I'm not leaving the house. Those kids, there are kids like that these days. There are kids like that who are what? Who just want to make themselves look what? Attractive, appealing, stunning. And I don't agree. I don't disagree. Yes, that's what you're supposed to do. You should make yourself look beautiful. You should make yourself look attractive. You should be stunning. But because the Bible says it as well. Yes, it says they should make themselves attractive, but with what? With makeup? With eyeliners, with lipstick? No. With the good things they do. The good things they do. That's what shows the beauty of a woman. This is more appropriate for a woman who says they are devoted to God. On Judgment Day, these products won't save you. What's going to save you? That decoration. The decoration, the makeup, the spiritual makeup, the good things you do, this decoration will save you when? On Judgment Day. This decoration will determine whether you are a beautiful woman, whether your soul is beautiful. That's the decoration that is needed. Not the decoration, the worldly decoration, the makeup and everything. No. Spiritual. This is spiritual makeup, the ultimate makeup that you need. Okay? So these are things that, of how a woman should be. These are things of how a woman should be. These are how women should be in a relationship. What they should prioritize first. What they should have as their number one priority. Instead of TV series or gossip or whatever, or makeup, attractive. This is what is needed. To take care of their family. They are the overseers of the family. They are what make a family a family. They are what bring the family together. And so, you have to be what? Responsible. You have to be a wise woman to keep your family together. And now kids. What about kids? There are so many verses in the Bible about kids, how kids should act, how kids should be. But I feel one verse is enough. This verse, Ephesians 6:1. Children, obey your parents the way the Lord wants, because this is the right thing to do. Every verse will say the same thing. Obey your parents. When your parents, when your mother, when your father tells you, don't do this, don't do that, listen. Obedient. Be obedient. That is what a beauty in a child is. That is the role of a child. To listen to your parents, to follow the instructions of your parents, because they will lead you in God's way. As devoted Christians, they will lead you in God's way. That is simple. The rule for children are very simple. Just obey your parents. And you will be what? You will be guided on the path by your parents, by the leader, by the overseer. You will be shown what? Love, kindness. You will have a role model. You will have everything. But at the same time, 3 verses down, Ephesians 6:1, 3 verses down, Ephesians 6:4. What does it say? Fathers, don't make your children angry, but raise them with the kind of teaching and training you learn from the Lord. Again, very common these days is words even. When a child makes a mistake, they use harsh words. They're so useless. They're so stupid. Worthless. And why were you born to me? And why did I have to have you as a son? Those kind of words, unnecessary words. Is that the teaching and the training you learned from the Lord, from the Bible? Huh? Is that the words that should be used? No. Never. What else? Punishment. When they get angry enough, whatever is at hand, they use that to beat their children. They're walking down the road, their children do something, they take their shoe. They're sweeping the floor, they'll take the broom. Anything they'll use, which again can give what? Wrong impressions to the children. Now, you show them that you show these to them, and then how can you not expect them to one day, get into an argument with their brothers or sisters or their friends, and then use the same tools to hit other people? Understand? So the punishment, yes, I agree. You should punish your children when they do wrong, when they don't agree. But do it in a right way, in a way the Lord teaches you. Okay, don't use unnecessary objects or unnecessary words which can be hurting for children. Okay, understand? So these things are what makes a family a family. These things are what makes the family a family. Having the leader of the family, guiding the family on its right path, the overseer, the mother, making sure the children are loved, showing compassion to the husband, taking care of the house, making sure the house is a home. The kids who are obedient, who will soon what? Overtake their parents, overtake their position, and preach the word of God. And I tell you, you have to cherish your family. Families are bonds made by God. Cherish them. Some people these days, they are very egoistic, you can say. You know, they have an opinion, for example, and one family member doesn't agree with that opinion, and instantly they throw their whole family away. They throw them away. Oh, I have my friends. I don't need family. I have more friends than any of my families have. They will be there for me. They don't. If my family disagrees, my friend will agree. My friends will agree. They throw their friend. They throw their family away, just like that. And that's a sin. You should never throw. It doesn't matter if he's your husband, your wife, your grandmother, your daughter, your aunt, your uncle, whoever they may be. If they are family, they are relations, do not throw them away. You should never throw them away. Arguments will occur, yes. Arguments will occur in a family. There's going to be arguments. But as Christians, we have to be what? Selfless. Let go a bit. Reduce, lower your level. Lower your level. Be humble. Forgive and forget. And ask sorry if the mistakes are you. Don't just throw your family away. Some, they get into arguments in this time of age. What they like to do, they with all the social media platforms nowadays, they'll block you instantly. You get into an argument, they block you. Instagram, they block you. Facebook, they block you. WhatsApp, they block you everywhere. I don't want any part of them anymore. That's a sin. That's a very big sin. I'll finish off with this verse, final verse. Proverbs 27:7. It says here beautifully, when you are full, you will not even eat honey. When you've eaten a big bowl of rice or a big bowl of pasta or something, and just a huge meal, you won't even eat honey. Something so sweet, so savory, so tasty. You won't even eat honey. But when you are hungry, when you've been starving, when you haven't eaten in days, even something bitter tastes sweet. When you are full, when you have a family, when you're in a family, you will not even eat honey. You will not see the importance. You will not appreciate the family. You will not see how lucky you are. But when you are hungry, people who have what? Lost their families, for example, car accidents or incidents which make them unable to be with their family. They what? For them, even something bitter tastes sweet. They would give up everything for what? For a second chance to have their family back. They'll give up everything to spend a minute with their family. So cherish, appreciate your family while you still have it. Don't just throw them away. Don't think they're not important. They are. They are brothers and sisters in Christ. They are everyone to you. Appreciate it. Don't, just because you have it now, just because you're full, don't think that it's worthless. Don't think the honey is worthless. Honey is delicious. But just because you're full doesn't mean you shouldn't appreciate it. You may not eat it, but it doesn't mean you should not appreciate it. Okay? So that's all for me today. Hopefully, you guys have learned a valuable lesson about families and how we should cherish our family, keep a family together, never try to break it apart. Okay, arguments may occur, keep them together, be humble. Okay, hopefully if you guys have any arguments with your family members after this lesson, maybe you give them a call, get back to them or something. So any questions before I end? No questions? Mm-hmm.